Hello. Um, I have my new mic that I talked about in the last video. Also, this is the second time that I'm recording this because I realized that originally that my video was gonna be way too fucking long. Excuse my language if you don't like that. But I didn't want to record voice for 3 hours and I didn't think anyone wanted to watch a video for 3 hours, so I sped it up way faster. I did not check how short it was. I just slapped all the videos in and double timed it, and then I realized double time was not fast enough for a time lapse recording. So this is only like 40ish minutes, which is way more acceptable. So I started this thing and the last video, this was like back in January. It is now March. It's March. Guys, it's March. I think there were things I was gonna say going over this video, and then I forgot all of them. Okay, so I'm sorry, but people seemed to like the other live draw video I did. I do think it'd be cool to do more. I make no promises, but maybe I can do more of this because drawing while recording is a little bit more nerve-wracking. Like, not nerve-wracking, but like, performance anxiety a little bit. So I just have a list of things that I could talk about in the future when doing more of these voiceover videos, where I just, read over the process a little bit, or it could be about unrelated art topics. So I got a couple, that just have popped up. See, I'm in a server for Yu Yu Hakusho, and people are really chatty in there in a good way about art and process and stuff like that. And it's kind of been healing for my soul because I, worked in a job that I don't have anymore because the game industry loves layoff season. But that's, it's refreshing to kind of talk to people in an environment that are very much more excited to learn again, and I really enjoy that. So I'm just gonna list off a couple here, and if one of these interests you, please leave a comment. I could do a poll, but no one checks YouTube polls. I've seen them happen, but I'm not gonna do that. I could do a video about like line art as a specific process and line weight, like the difference between using a brush that has pen pressure versus no pen pressure, how to achieve line weight in both of them that is effective, and other little things that can happen with doing line art. I talked briefly about gesture in the other part of this video. I could go more in depth in that and suggested gesture study websites you can go to or other resources, because I am not going to teach you everything. I'm not a teaching channel, but I can definitely direct you to places that have helped me learn. Whether it is like just a website that has good resources or a YouTube channel. Probably going to be more the former than the latter because I'm more of a trial by fire. I don't tend to watch a lot of videos as much. I'd rather be doing the drawing. Then there's more of the art talk real time stuff where I can just like record as I'm going, and there'll be those long 40-minute unedited videos because the more steps something takes, the less likely I'm gonna do it. And that's why, like, in, the Venn diagram, you can pick 2 out of 3. You're not gonna get a highly edited video. You're not gonna get, a highly edited video that is a shortish timeline, and you're not gonna get real-time drawing, and you're also not gonna get fast, like fast release of content. That, like, you just, if you want more content releases, you gotta sacrifice one of the other two, and I'd rather sacrifice editing time than the actual content itself. So that's what it's looking like. I still have no idea how much I'm gonna post or not post. I think it's gonna be I got a bit of a Seth Everman method going on here, where you'll see me once in a blue moon, and that'll be it. But I don't think my videos will be as good as his. Very different type of thing, so it's not like you can really compare anyways. So that's kind of the rundown. If there's another thing that you want to consider, like want me to consider, just throw it at me. I'll likely do it, you know. We're into color mode. So this is where I actually changed. The last piece was just your standard Clip Studio recording time lapse. And that's why this thing is on a pause frame for so freaking long that I could probably have just edited out, but I am way too lazy to do that right now. To a standard screen recording, this because I wanted to set it up so you could actually see me zoom in rather than the very teeny tiny details, which honestly would have been better for the liner than for the coloring stage. But as I said, you get what you get. And so here I am color pickering from my greeds to fill in my greed, because I like to have my consistent colors for my guy. So now you can actually see what I'm doing, and there's a couple edits. Like I am tweaking some things in this and editing a few things, which is good. Honestly, this is what I should have recorded more of it in, but oh well, too late now. You get what you get. I hope you like it. Oh man. In the first version of this recording, I talked about what I liked about all these characters that include in the 5-character meme, but I got stalled up because, you know, when someone asks you a question and then suddenly you forget all knowledge you ever had about that topic? That's me right now. I had a couple bullet points listed just so I wouldn't forget what potential topics I could throw at people if they were interested in, and then the rest of my notepad here is blank. Oh wait, no, I missed one. There was a style inconsistency versus experimenting and adaptability. You know how a lot of people are like, oh no, my style's so inconsistent. I'm like, don't make it a weakness, make it a strength, okay? There's a difference between style inconsistency because you don't know what you're doing versus style inconsistency because you're experimenting and you're trying new things. You know, you're more in line with the learn the rules before you break them. But when you're now learning multiple different workflows, and if you're actually taking an effort to understand those workflows and properly master them, that is very different from just being stylistically inconsistent and as a way of, like, I wouldn't say, because there's a difference between like, oh, I just do every style versus I am style adaptable. Because I would say I'm I adapt my style a lot depending what I'm doing, especially on the job, and that is a requirement for concept art jobs. But if you put all my stuff together, you'd still be able to tell what was mine and what was someone else's. And not because, like, you could see, like, let's say I commonly make the same mistake or you use the same, like, color palette, but you would see my strengths really show what the things I like to draw, how I like to draw, the fact that I like sharp, spiky lines versus soft, smoother lines. You know, you could give me a different brush, a different color palette, but you would still probably be able to tell what is mine. And that is kind of the key difference between, like, you know, being experimental and adaptability versus, like, what is actually stylistically inconsistent, air quotes, because you don't know what you're doing. And it's okay to not know what you're doing as long as you're having fun. There's a very different thing between not knowing what you're doing and it's a professional job versus not knowing what you're doing because it's a hobby. And I think you should be allowed to indulge. So that maybe could be another point, is professional. Here's my pen, ASMR. Professional versus hobbyist things. What things should be your priorities? Because if you want to improve what you're doing but you're a hobbyist, versus you want to improve what you're doing and you want to be professional, those are very different things, I would say. And of course, you could go into all the different lines of, like, do you want to be professional at illustration? Do you want to be professional at comic, animation, concept art, all these sorts of different things. And, you know, some topics I could talk more in length than others, but if those are things you're interested in, I will probably rein in some details for sake of anonymity. I don't want to reveal too many personal details. I'm not going to talk about companies I've worked at or worked for. Those are What happened to my screen? Oh, I think that's when my thing crashed. It crashed in the middle of painting Creed's mouth. Well, let me write this down while my brain paused. We got... Oh my gosh, what did I talk about? Professional versus hobbyist. What you need to know. And focus on. I got my little notepad. I'm like I said, we can't give my brain too much to think about. I got 30 minutes to go in this video. At least it's better than when I did 20 minutes of recording the last one and I realized I had like 3 freaking hours to fill. I could just leave it to music. We could do that. I mean, I could just talk about my general process, which is honestly all over the place. It depends on the style that I'm doing. Like, I could talk about my use of masks. I use a lot of masks, as you can probably see, and I use masks on folders as well. They are very, very helpful. What else? I paint. We could talk about painting. Paint. Rendering. Like digital painting. We could do maybe something about that. I had a thought of going over the Emperor's New Clothes art music video thingy majigger. But I kind of want to let that just be what it is. Like, I was gonna go over it and maybe be like, oh, if I redid this panel now, what would it look like? And it was... Frick, I yawned so much in that last recording and I'm still yawning. But, you know, I think I just kind of want to let it move on. Same with this. Like, I was going to edit and go over, like, really compare the two side by side of this versus the last version. But I think I just kind of want this done and out of the way. Look at this cake. This is the thing. The direct draw lasso tool in Clip Studio, like that lasso fill thing, is my favorite tool and is one of the main reasons why I don't like to draw in Photoshop anymore. One being screw Adobe. Although I still use it for things that are absolutely necessary for work. Mostly anything that tends to get text heavy, or with too many adjustment layers. But, oh my gosh, Direct Draw Lasso tool is so freaking good. Oh. I am so... It's 3:30. It's like nap time, dude. Look at this Kuro. Look at this guy. I've got more different styles. I could go over my different styles. Which is like a different topic from like the style experimentation thing. That's a thought. Dude, I might just have to put music over the rest of this thing. My brain's fried, but I just want to get this video out there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I gotta put this out there and move on with my life. Thanks for watching. I hope next time I do this, it's more like the part 1 of this that had more interesting pieces. You know what? Maybe there's something in this video, like, I'm sure people are asking, like, Siru, why is your brush this giant circle, but also this tiny little dot that you're painting with? And the answer is, I don't know. I set my sensitivity in a way that way if I press too hard, it still doesn't get too big. I don't know. It's like, I really like the precision of that. Don't ask me why. That's why I put like a dot in the middle. I changed the settings so I can still have a dot even when the circle's really big. Because when my brush is like doing a massive fill, it takes up like my whole screen and you don't even see the circle anymore. It's a very unusual way to set your brush settings, and I'm sure people will be like, well, just let it be like, just make it so your brush is just small all the time instead of having still pen sensitivity. I don't know, it just works differently, okay? I don't know why it's like that, but it is. Man, I really popped off on this 10 character drawing, and I wish I could do that again. Oh yeah, and I put the little guys in the screen so you could kind of see it going more over time. Small screen without it jumping around, because I know that's a thing. Sometimes you get motion sickness from time lapses, so this way you can just look at the one in the little corner if you don't want to look at the one in the main screen. Yeah. I am yawning too much. I gotta end this recording. Thanks for watching and listening to me ramble and the potential topics. I hope you enjoyed the rest of this process video. And whatever music I slap onto it. Yeah. I'm making little peace signs you can't see, but that's what I mean. Tell me, does this new mic sound good? I hope it's worth it. I mean, it should be. Shouldn't be hearing me just like inhale every fucking time I go to speak with a proper pop filter and everything. Okay, this is like the 20th time I said I was gonna stop rambling while I'm recording, so I should just end this for real now. Thank you to the like probably 5 people who are gonna watch this video, and the 2 people who will leave a comment. Y'all are real ones. I do have interest in doing more of these. Maybe with actual topics I want to talk about. It's easier if there's a drawing that I'm doing and I just know what I want to say. But this has just been sitting for 2 months, so that's part of why I got no thoughts left. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm clicking through my tabs. Just free me from this recording, please. What tab is it? Okay, there it was. Catch you next time. Bye.